ASMR, and I wanted to read a book to you. So I have this book here. I'm just going to read it. Louis spotted a dark car that had trailed his school bus for blocks. The yellow bumper sticker clued him in that he'd seen the same car last week. As he stepped off the bus, the car showed him parked by the curb. Those people didn't know the kind of third grader they were dealing with. He was an alert kid. He knew all about adults asking for directions when they already knew the answer. Wiz ignored and twigged a fear. He was safe in his own neighborhood, wasn't he? Stay alert, pay attention, notice everything. He made a mental note. Dark green car, narrow crack in rear window, and that yellow school sticker on the left bumper. If people inside acted scary, he could give his information to the police. The car's front door scraped open. Louis gripped tightly on the strap of his backpack. He took his splinter stance, ready to run for help if anyone rushed toward him. But that's not what happened at all. The people inside the car tossed out the small brown rug. When the rug landed on 4 feet, Louis started. "It's a dog," he whispered. "Sure." They let him to go to the bathroom. A hand inside the car waved at his dog. The small furry dog answered by wagging his tail. Cute, Louis thought. Then the driver spun his wheels and speed off. "Hey," Louis yelled, "stop. You forgot your dog." Playfully, the dog bounded after the car. His big ears flopped up and down as he ran. This didn't make sense. A sickening feeling swelled in the pit of Louis's stomach. It's not the bathroom break. The owner planned to abandon his dog. Louis started running. "Come back," he shouted to the dog. "The people in the green car don't want you anymore." The squirrel slipped out before Louis could yank them back. With new for energy and pumped his leg and ran as if he were still in yesterday's field day race. After jogging for 2 blocks, Louis did not only thing he could think of. He stopped, puckered up his mouth, and blew a shrill swirl as Dad had taught him. "Come back," he huddled again. The dog in his backpack and held up a cookie. "I've got food for you." The dog finally slowed. He stood for a while, head down, panting hard. With a turn on his head, he glanced one last time at the green car as it sped around the corner. Louis waited for him to make a difficult decision. After a few seconds it happened. Louis cringed when the dog looked his way. The droopy look on his face told he understood exactly what was happening. The dog knew in his heart that his owner didn't plan to come back. The dog took time trolling towards the sugar cookie. Those cars didn't flop up and down. His tail didn't wag. Brown fur matted in the tight circle around his neck, indicating he had worn a white collar. There was no collar with a name on it to hug his neck now. "It's okay, little buddy. You know who you are, and that's what's important. You're a smart dog. You knew when to stop running." I'm really proud of you. Louis dropped on one knee and stretched out his hand. A low growl grew in the dog's throat. Hey, I'm your friend. Louis longed to stroke his fur, to rub his shoulders, to tell him he's not alone in this world. Instead, he put a cookie on the sidewalk and sat down on someone's front steps. Louis thought about the car and his own bus stop. No one else ever got on or off that corner. Your owner must have seen me last week. I think those people in the green car chose me to be your new friend. Whether he convinces Doug or not, Louis stretched his mind for a proper name for him. The guy was in the body of Rex type. He remembered the teacher reading about Robinson Crusoe and naming the guy Friday, only today was Tuesday. Louis said, grinning at him. The dog floppy ears perked up. Hey, your real name I start with a T. Tuesday can't be your name. Louis ground. How would he feel if the kid said, I'm changing your name? As Tuesday munched down the cookie crumbs, Louis noticed he had no stretches on his nose or face. His nails so clipped. Tuesday's first even smelled doggy clean. You are one lucky pop. Somebody took good care of you. Sure, you'll miss a few owners, but you always have those memories in your head. Louis's finger stretched out to the brush Tuesday fur. You know we're a lot alike. You miss owner and I miss my dad. He's in the army keeping us safe. If he's a long ways away, I'm proud of that, but still I miss him. I'll email him tonight and tell him all about you. Tuesday inched a little closer. My dad and I play frisbee together. If you and I practice, maybe we can get enough to enter one of those contests. Louis rolled his eye. How totally dorky he sounded. Telling all about his dog who couldn't answer back, but that's why dogs were so special. They listen no matter what a kid said. At least no one heard him babbling on. Louis glanced around to make sure it was his spotting. Alex Hoffman behind him. He'd been sitting on Alex's steps. Alex, the smarter kid in his class who knew everything. Hey, Louis, Alex, he heading towards him. I didn't know you had a dog. Tuesday quick glance said, don't tell him my owner doesn't want me. I kind of found him, thought I could call Tuesday. Tuesday growled as Alex squatted down and stretched out his hand. He growled, Louis said, and it's one of the best features. Right then, an awesome thought popped into his brain and perfectly solution of keeping Tuesday. If Dad kept them safe doing his job in Afghanistan, Tuesday could them safe here at home. Tuesday could keep them safe here at home. Dad's deployment would last another 6 months. He should have thought of it sooner. Tuesday was definitely guarded material. A good luck and landed them both in Alex Hoffman's front steps. Louis scooted over to let Alex sit down. I don't know if any mom will keep Tuesday. I sure could use your help. Me, Alex asked, gently patting Tuesday's shoulder. No growl escaped this time. See, Louis said. He likes you already. Alex reached for Tuesday's palm. My mom had a dog named Skippy. we could have this blue leash hanging in our garage. This one's a, yeah, I thought so. There's breeding to retrieve Tuesday birds. Tuesdays looks we cared for. Got a nice silly coat too, so Mom will let you have it. A dog, huh? Not unless what Alex said. Useless. I can't find a good reason to keep him. The plan spinning in his head will only work if Alex helped. Yeah, like that pin in his own wagon that kept a handle on. Do you know what a linchpin is? Then he remembered who sat next to him, of course, of the brain. The whole third grade class would know. Sure, if the pin in the boat to keep a wheel from falling off. Louis nodded. You're right. You're kind of linchpin in my plan. If Alex couldn't help, I'd fall apart. Alex's face turned serious. What do you want me to do? Louis lowered his voice. It could get darker outside 7:30. I need you to rattle out the doorknob. Tap on a few windows, then run like the line Billy Ocean won the school rally race. Tuesday will start growing and Mom will say we'll keep dog you sure. Maybe even decide to let him. That's really clever. Alright, Alex started. If you can do that, you can walk Tuesday once in a while. Louis didn't hesitate. It's the seal and an agreement with the high five and the two knuckle taps. I've had a brown belt too small for my size. Think it's making color if it shortens it. After screen, sure, if I could use Skippy's leash. Louis let his finger brush against Tuesday as they herded down the sidewalk. Today and Tuesday had both found friends. Tuesday, this is the way to keep your new home. Louis thought he could tighten bark and said okay. I wish I could tell you about it tonight. What can I do when to bark? But I can't. Don't worry about it. Louis knew the words were ready, meaningful to him. Mama was caught and turned the house. I've got a surprise. Tuesday trotted after Louis as he herded towards his desk. I found a dog and his name is Tuesday. She glanced at Tuesday and then back to the computer server. He can stay 2 days. Tomorrow, the next day, Louis asked. No, today and tomorrow. Mom Louis gone. What happened to him? Then he got nobody nowhere to go, no place to stay. Choosing his words carefully, he told her about the green car and the boss stopped and unhappy Tuesday looked at when they speed off. It couldn't use words about feeling safer, but he suspects something. Today and tomorrow, Louis, and didn't feel about his plan. The reason was the good one found a place and he was a homeless dog. Well, need to buy some food and fix up the place for the small dog tonight, Mom said. At 7 o'clock, Louis' bedtime floor and arm around Tuesday together they began watching the clock. 7:30, drinking a glass of water, and Alex could come to help on time. 7:15, when Louis wiped sweaty hands, swiped bathroom towel, Mom thinks I'll do homework. He had in the house as quiet as possible. Tuesday could hear windows rattle. Louis, are you feeling alright? Sure, fine. Maybe I'll read to Tuesday, spend special time with him. His mom felt his forehead anyway. See, I'm okay. Louis realized he's nervous to read. Together, they watched the clock's minutes hand. The tickle 7:30, 31, 32, 33. By 7:44, Tuesday's ears perked up. Louis' heart began to race. Alice must have crept up to the house. This really is going to work. Tuesday's ground started low. It rumbled and grew, and hacks echoed throughout the house. Glass shattered on the tiled floor of the kitchen. Louis frowned. No, that's not supposed to happen. Louis stayed in the room. In seconds, his mom grabbed her cell phone. Mom, wait. Before you could stop her, he could call. Tuesday ran towards the window, climbing up a little shed of glass. Louis couldn't believe his custom happened in the fall. As his foot fell far off to the distance, the wailed and siren sounded, and he could never keep Tuesday the dog. In 25 minutes, it was all over. Everyone had the police, the neighbors. Louis dumped his mother, Officer Murphy, in the front of the yard. You're lucky to have a great dog, Mrs. Fuentes. This is the third attempt we've had to break in the area. Louis knew he had the truth. Tell him and ask about the letter in the windows, and he had to do it soon. Officer, this is one son, Louis. When Louis and Reddy happened to out of it this time. Louis took an extra breath, ready to confess, saying, wait now. He spotted Alex Hoffman running down the sidewalk, and he hurried over to him. Sorry, Louis, Mom wouldn't let me out of the house when I reviewed our challenge voice for a spelling test. She expects me to grand champions like the years was ago, man. You mean you didn't tap out on the windows? Alex shook his head. So that what's the excitement? When the car doing the driveway. We were straining than usual. He became with pride. Our guard dog saved us all. After the police left, Louis watched his mom carefully bandage Tuesday's spot. There was time to email his dad. And tomorrow was soon to tell Mom about what he and Alex would actually plan to do. But everything had changed. Tuesday's threat was real. Would his mom see that Tuesday, the best homeless dog in the entire world, who had saved his family? Today and tomorrow, his dad said about keeping Tuesday. Maybe it could change today, tomorrow, and forever. Okay, so that was the book that I read.